14 miles south of St. Augustine, we crossed the Mantanzas Inlet and entered Anastasia Island. We were going to take a ferry to visit a Spanish military outpost built in 1740. It was hard to imagine that this tranquil inlet was the site of a massacre. In 1565, Spanish troops slaughtered nearly 130 shipwrecked French sailors. The Spanish admiral knew the French were under orders to destroy St. Augustine. He showed them no mercy. From that time on, the inlet was called Matanzas, which means massacre in Spanish. Much later, the Spanish built a fort in the middle of the inlet. They realized that this was a back door into St. Augustine. A blockade of the inlet, combined with a frontal assault on the town, could force them to surrender or starve. Since St. Augustine was charged with protecting the treasure-laden Spanish galleons as they headed home, this was not an option. They built the small fort using coquina, a local shellstone. Lime for mortar was made by burning oyster shells. It was 50 feet on each side, with a 30-foot tower, tall enough to give them a view miles out to sea. The 5 cannon were larger than most ships' cannons and could easily hit an invader before any hostiles could return fire. Soldiers stayed for 1-month tours of duty, usually an officer, 4 infantrymen, and 2 gunners. The soldiers slept, ate, and lived together in a sparsely furnished room. They believed that bathing was unhealthy. After 30 hot summer days, the air must have been pretty ripe. When the fort repulsed 2 British attacks in 1742, it proved its value. We took the free ferry ride back. It was time to see the city the fort once defended.